Christianity has long been the moral and cultural backbone of Western civilization. But today, many believe we are witnessing the gradual death of Christian civilization. In this video, we'll explore how and why this spiritual decline has occurred, the consequences it has brought, and what it could mean for the future of society. This isn't just about religion, it's about values, identity, and the very foundation of Western culture. The rise of Christian civilization. To understand the death of Christian civilization, we must first look at how it was born. Christianity rose to prominence during the decline of the Roman Empire, offering hope and moral guidance in a time of chaos. The conversion of Emperor Constantine in the 4th century solidified Christianity's place as the dominant faith of Europe. Over centuries, Christianity shaped the legal systems, cultures, and identities of the Western world. From the cathedrals of the Middle Ages to the moral philosophies of the Enlightenment, Christianity wasn't just a religion, it was the cornerstone of Western civilization. It influenced law, education, art, and even politics. But what was once seen as the moral foundation of society is now being questioned and, in many cases, abandoned. The fall begins. The Enlightenment and secularization. The seeds of Christianity's decline were planted in the 17th and 18th centuries during the Enlightenment. Thinkers of this era began to challenge the authority of the Church, promoting reason, science, and secularism. As Western thought moved toward individualism and rationality, the role of religion began to diminish. Fast forward to today, and we see a rapidly secularizing world. Church attendance has plummeted in many Western nations, religious institutions are increasingly marginalized, and secularism has become the dominant cultural force. Christianity is no longer seen as the guidepost for morality in many parts of the world. Instead, values like materialism, individualism, and moral relativism have taken its place. The cultural consequences. As Christianity's influence has waned, society has seen profound cultural shifts. The family unit, once a pillar of Christian civilization, has been fractured. Marriage rates have declined, divorce rates have skyrocketed, and the concept of traditional values is often dismissed. Communities that once found unity in shared faith are now divided by political polarization, individualism, and a breakdown in shared cultural values. Without a moral compass rooted in something greater than ourselves, we're seeing a rise in social discord, mental health crises, and a pervasive sense of meaninglessness. As society has drifted away from Christian values, we've also drifted away from the sense of purpose, duty, and collective responsibility that once defined Western civilization. The death of Christian morality in politics and law. In the political arena, the death of Christian civilization is evident in the erosion of religious influence on laws and governance. Many of the legal frameworks of the West were built on Christian moral teachings, ideas of justice, human rights, and the sanctity of life. But in recent decades, there's been a sharp turn towards secular legal systems that separate morality from law. Decisions on issues like abortion, euthanasia, and religious freedoms reflect this cultural shift. As secularization deepens, questions of right and wrong are no longer grounded in religious tradition, but in shifting societal norms. Laws are becoming reflections of popular opinion, rather than moral principles grounded in a higher power. Technology and the new moral framework. In addition to secularism, technology is reshaping the moral landscape of the West. Social media platforms now dictate cultural trends, and algorithms determine what we see, hear, and believe. The role of religion in shaping morality has been replaced by a digital world where likes and followers define self-worth, and technology companies hold more influence over our behavior than religious institutions ever did. As technology progresses, we face a moral void, where values are no longer taught by faith or family, but by faceless corporations driven by profit. This is another sign of the death of Christian civilization, where the pursuit of virtue is being replaced by the pursuit of viral fame and material gain. Is there hope for revival? Is this the end of Christian civilization, or is there hope for revival? Despite the decline in religious adherence in many Western countries, there are signs of hope. Grassroots Christian movements are growing, and many people are searching for meaning in a world dominated by materialism and moral confusion. In times of crisis, people often return to their roots, seeking solace in faith, tradition, and community. The question remains, can Christian civilization rise again? It may depend on whether individuals and communities can reconnect with the values that once guided society. Values like faith, sacrifice, and the belief in something greater than ourselves. The death of Christian civilization is not just about the decline of religion, it's about the loss of shared values, the breakdown of community, and the search for deeper meaning in an increasingly fractured world. The future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: if Christian values are to survive, it will take a return to the core principles that once held civilization together. Thank you for watching. If you found this video thought-provoking, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions on history, culture, and the future of our world.